Hello, this is Duke Eichbrander, and I'm going to be doing a video tutorial on everything about 9-foot spear for using for warfighting in the SCA. So the first thing I wanted to talk about was the weapon itself. So we've got quite a few different ideas of things we can do here with our 9-foot spears. You can see I love fighting spear, so I've got 2 spear already made and I've got another shaft ready to go. Each one of these is actually a little bit different with their pros and cons. The brown shaft is really light. This is going to make about a 2.5 pound spear if it had a head on it, so it's really light. The problem with the lighter spear is that it's going to break a lot easier, and the less weight means that it generates less kinetic energy and therefore force of impact from the weight alone. It's got to come more from your shoulder and your hip turn. But these are personal styles and things. That's the brown spear. I generally don't like the brown spear weight. It's just too thin. I'd break those way too easy. Then there's my preferred, which is this gray fiberglass shaft. These are all fiberglass shafted spear with the tip on it. This is about a 3.2 pound overall spear. So again, light, but not as light as what this brown shaft would make. Then there's this spear that's made with this orange kind of variegated wood grain style spear fiberglass shaft, and this one's got to be about a 4 pound spear once it's made like it is. So a little heavier and a little bit more tip heavy is where you feel that weight. The heavier they get, the more it's kind of weight is out in front of you. And basically what happens is the heavier spears are going to last longer, they're going to hit a little bit harder, and they're going to cost about the same, but they're going to fatigue the war spear fighter out faster, and they're going to hit with a little slower speed because of the generated inertia that has to be put into them to get them to start moving. Again, these are styles. I like the gray one the best, the 3 pound spear. The tip that I like to use is the Sir Pellinor tip build design, but I add more Flow-Cell foam out the front of it so that it just looks more like a spearhead instead of being kind of short and kind of fat looking. It's got a little bit more elegant look to it, even though it's still padding. Again, that's my personal aesthetic. It just needs to be made so that it's legal for the fighting we do, and that you'll find in handbooks, martial handbooks, and things like that. I'm not going to go into manufacture any more than that. And what I like on the back side is I like to add a wrap of tape that makes this spiral gripping, and wrap it with some hockey handle tape, and then got to have the plastic butt cap on the back. When you make your spear, make sure you make the spear padded end first, the striking part first, and then measure your length to get your 9 foot. You want to make sure that when you're using a spear for war, you're using a 9-foot spear, not an 8.5 foot spear or even a 8 foot 9 inch spear. You want to be as close to 9 inches as you can get. That's the maximum allowed, and you don't want to be over. They won't pass it, but for good reason. But you want to have as much opportunity to hit the guy across from you who's making sure he's got a 9-foot spear. So you want to make sure yours is 9 foot as well, or again as close to as possible, like 8 foot 11.5 inches or something like that. So that was part 1, spears.